Everybody. Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerd friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sonny. The other two that make up this table are Manny and Frank. What's up, guys?
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Three Nerds on a Sunday, where our three nerdy friends. Oh, wait, you already did that part.
yes, I did.
Oh,
I don't know if you're listening.
Fucking Frank.
stupid Frank.
So,
Why are you stupid? I'm just thinking about that Mad TV skit a lot. I don't know why.
Matt
Matt
TV, I
TV.
think
They want to say stupid a lot of times.
Look what I can do.
fair.
Yeah, funny, yeah. All right, news. I want to go.
Oh, wow. You're enthusiastic about this news?
Rey Network.
Yeehaw.
Guess what's going to happen to it?
It's
Gonna
dead.
go away.
No, it already went away.
Oh,
That's right.
It's going to come
Then
back.
I was gonna say, since you're bringing it back up, I guess it's coming back.
Exactly.
I
I don't know how much it'll be. I don't know when. They don't know when. They don't know nothing except for it's going to come back as a streaming service.
Oh,
How much it'll be?
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Can't
$5.
anyone with $5? It's like nobody's going to do it.
well, it depends on what they can put on there because they were.
I like the random martial art movies and stuff like that. They can do stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing too, because there's this streaming service that just came out. I forgot what it's called. I think it's Haya. It's like a $5 streaming service, and you get to watch martial arts movies from all around the world for like $5 a month. So that's gonna be interesting too.
That's
I don't
been
think
out for a while, I think.
Yeah, but I started getting ads on Instagram, stuff like that, like the past couple weeks. I'm like, oh, this is a thing. Cool. Okay, I guess. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I mean, uh,
I
well,
hope
mean,
it's good. That's all I could say. And I hope it's $5. And I hope a lot of people sign up.
that's interesting.
Are you gonna sign up?
because-
We'll do a trial. See what's on it.
I love it.
What?
I'm gonna trial.
What would get your $5?
Just enough rotating stuff that used to be on El Rey. Like
Right.
random martial art movie I never watched or I'd never seen, never heard of. And just keeping that up.
Like,
But if it's like trickling stuff, one title a month, 5 titles a month, it's not going to be worth it.
where in the world does that even happen anymore?
What?
Like 5 titles at a time. You mean like brand new, like monthly?
No,
or-
I'm talking about. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about like cycling stuff in and out of the system, out of the service. You know how there's always something that leaves for the month, something that comes new to the month. Just
Yes.
enough stuff happening to keep it fresh.
Mm. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be based on what they can get, and I mean, I don't think there's any correlation, but I hope so. The creators of Lucha Underground, they've been hinting a new Aztec project. It's like, or I think it's like codenamed Aztec Project. Recently. So, and I believe they're owned by CLLMA. I forgot which. I don't remember the name offhand, but yeah. So maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we'll get a Lucha in the
Coming
part
back,
2.
son.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's not completely dead. Because it was like, I mean, so many people were cord cutters, and then you had to specially order this channel.
Yeah, that was
Nah,
kind
it was like destined to fail, basically.
of just a little fail.
I'm excited. You guys are excited.
Oh wait.
All right, take that.
I'll go ahead and carry on with the news here. After 12 years after the original film came out, Neil Blomkamp is working and finally excited to work on a sequel to District 9. After doing an interview, he kind of stated there never really seemed to be a good reason to make a sequel. With this understandable considering the blah 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 blah. Let's skip forward a little bit.
Until money came in the picture, and I
Like,
wanted
I still
more.
don't think there's a good reason.
So per Neil Blomkamp, saw a documentary about a well-known social political topic 2 years ago, and that had a massive effect on me. It made me understand how the sequel could have a real reason for existing. The second that clicked, I began working. So he saw a documentary about something that impacted him really heavily. Obviously, he's a man from South Africa, and without going too much in detail and stuff, like stuff that happens in the movie is based off of stuff he's seen or stuff that was going on at the time in the area. And I guess this new inspiration was like, oh, finally we can like this can work with this type of world and this type of story. So yes, him making more movies, I'm all for 100%. So I will watch it. So
He hasn't even really started, right? I mean, he's still probably coming up with everything for it.
The draft.
yeah, like I don't know how many drafts in, but I think he started like 2 years ago. The idea was starting to brew and everything. He's getting things together. With his movie coming out in theaters, he probably has more time now to actually work on it like full time. So
Yeah.
that's exciting. He's one of my favorite directors, so I just want
he's
more
great.
of his work.
He just took too big of a break. I mean, what was it, 10 years?
It wasn't a break necessarily. He was trying to get projects off the ground. They just never really got steam.
It was a long time, though, wasn't it?
Oh, I
6
mean,
years.
gotta find someone to pay for the movie, and they're not willing to give you the budget you need. There's really no point in making it. You know, like
I'm surprised that he was having trouble. I mean, the guy was really talented. And,
very talented. Yeah.
I mean, were people like, what? Like, was Chappie that big of a failure or something?
I mean, they'll make money, but I think Chappie was the weakest one out of all three. So
I still haven't watched it.
Woo!
You should. It's worth a watch.
I'm Chappie.
Oi, Chappie, you want to be like that dog?
Chappie.
Like that dog over there. I love that movie. It's stupid at points, but it is fun with good action.
Is Tati Wakiti in there?
I
I feel like he would be the voice.
No, that is Sharto Copley.
Oh yeah, man, that is actually pretty smart.
He loves to work with that guy. But yeah, I mean, again with Demonic coming out for Neil Blomkamp and him talking about this project now, seems like maybe if this movie does well in theaters or well enough, they might be able to get some more projects off the ground again. So
yeah, seems like it.
yeah, so my piece of news on that one. You can head to the next one, Frank.
Okay. Don't Breathe 2 trailer. Did anyone watch this?
No, but I watched them.
I did.
Do you guys like the first movie?
Yeah.
I like it. It's one of those like forgettable, but not in a bad way. Forgettable. Like I just forgot about that movie entirely. But I mean, the second trailer looks interesting. More craziness in Detroit, basically.
My in-law just watched the first one, and I think he enjoyed it.
Like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
He said it was kind of nuts.
I need to rewatch it though. It's been too long. I don't think I've seen it since theaters.
But why did you want to bring it up?
I mean, it's just
a new... or
that's it. This trailer came out. I thought it was kind of cool looking. Trying to see if anybody's excited for it.
I don't think that's a movie to be like super excited for. It's like one of those, like, oh, I remember the sequel. Sequel was pretty good. Oh, there's parts. Or I'm sorry, I saw the first one. First one was pretty good. Oh, there's a sequel. Cool.
Yeah.
What happened in the first one? Yeah, it's kind of
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
It was. I remember it being good. I just don't remember a damn thing. Like some Detroit punks were trying to break into some old man's house because there was money in there, and he ends up being a psycho kidnapper or something like that. That's what I remember.
Something like that.
Yeah. Sonny, you got more news, or you got a thought on that?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So I did see the trailer. I forgot I did see it because I was like, oh, that's right, because like I saw like the teaser to the trailer like 10 times on that Instagram, whatever. But I'm like, oh, I did see the full trailer. Yeah, I won't say I'm excited. Where like I have to watch it, but it is interesting because we know, well, I know the how the first one was and the twist and everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see how we got to the point in part two and the fallout of that. That's me really that has me really intrigued. Um, I'll definitely watch it. I don't know if I'll be in theaters watching or if I'm gonna wait to rent it, but I am gonna watch it.
Yeah, same here.
Anyone watch the trailer for Venom?
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yep.
You did?
Yeah.
No, not really. I watched a few clips.
So you,
I don't
you
want
did.
to like. I don't want to ruin anything. I just don't want to know anything.
You don't have to lie, Craig. You don't have to lie.
Yeah, you have to lie, Chris.
You ain't gotta lie.
One of
No,
the most quotable movies ever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm excited to see it because I think the comedy is kind of stupid. Like, it just feels like they're trying too hard when they're trying to be funny. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too critical. I think I'm jaded.
I don't know. I don't know if the comedy will kind of kill it because it kind of worked in the first one a little bit. I forgot what my problems were with the first one. But it wasn't like horrible.
It wasn't the worst thing on earth. Yeah.
No, it really wasn't the worst thing on earth. And I kind of liked how I only saw clips like you did, Frank, and I kind of did like how Carnage changes.
Yep. The first thing I noticed.
That kind of threw me off a little bit. But I liked it. You said you were okay with it, but you didn't have a problem with it, or something like that. What did you say,
It was
Frank?
what? The transformation?
Like, yeah, you're okay with it, but you don't think it's comic book accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but I was like, it doesn't seem like it's going over him. It seems like it's turning his body into something, and that's not really how I imagine it works.
How about you, Sonny? Did you have a problem with that? You watched the trailer, right?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
did
don't
it.
have a problem with it. I don't have any problem with the way it's transformed. I think it actually helps in the dynamic of both of them because like Venom is like buddy with Tom Hardy, so he's like
Right.
oh, it's a team, but Carnage
like hostile, right?
one is like fuck you, I'm gonna take over you anyways, and he's like as long as we have to kill people, I'm cool. So
Yeah.
it kind of works with their characters. So again, I mean just off of the comics,
I mean,
you know, knowing Carnage and Venom, but the comedy did seem a little off-putting at first, but I mean, past their first initial run, both of the characters, they're kind of boring. Like they try to do different stuff with them in the comics and try to, you know, like Venom's a hero, he's an anti-hero, he's a villain, and he keeps going back and forth. Carnage is just Carnage. He just likes to kill people, and it's fun. So to give Venom more, they kind of did what they did with Thor. Like they turned Thor dumb, but it really worked with him. And it was hilarious. This one, it could be either way. He might have a lot of jokes that miss, and some will be funny. Like the one in the trailer with Carnage, that was hilarious. That one generally made me laugh.
What? It's a red one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. That was great.
Kind of interesting, you know, that the red ones are worse or bad.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, I'll check it out. I'm not, like I said, I didn't really hate anything, but I don't really remember much about it anyways.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
It's like, you know, it's like, why do we, I don't know, the whole origin thing, right? It's like, oh, it was an origin movie. It's like, oh.
It feels like this was made in kind of like Blade in the first Spider-Man. You know what I mean? It was like looks okay, maybe, I don't know. Has some interesting stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right.
I guess thoughts on Carnage.
I'm out of news. Anybody else?
I got. That's not really important. I got one more. Peacemaker, the HBO Max show, will be set in the past and present. Peacemaker is the new character in the Suicide Squad 2 movie, or Suicide Squad Electric Boogaloo, as I like to call it. This will be what? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. So,
he wasn't even my favorite early in that show.
the maker of I forgot who's doing this. Basically, a lot of the characters in Suicide Squad got like glimpses to understand who they are as characters. We never got one for Peacemaker. He's like, well, I need 8 episodes to tell that story. So it's just kind of like a origin story, kind of Peacemaker. Is gonna explain why he is the way he is, and probably some, some stuff.
Super unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, I think and it's weird because like we'll definitely talk about this more later in the show. But Peacemaker, I think, works really well with this team, with the comedy and the dynamic, and I just don't think he should get his own show. Maybe like a special 2-hour thing, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see myself watching like a 10-hour show with Peacemaker.
It's gonna be 8 episodes, so.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's 45 minutes times 8.
I'm
so whatever that is, it's too much.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, it's just enough movie, you know. I liked him in the movie, but I don't know if I all that.
Yeah.
Not like clamoring for a movie now about him. I mean, the show.
No.
Oh wait, so do we know that this is for sure a prequel?
Yes,
I think it's both. Prequel and sequel.
It's like during the movie and like past, there'll be a lot of like flashbacks and a lot of stuff and explaining like in the article talked about like they wanted to like explore his dynamic with his father and kind of explain why he is the way he is. His character. He's like a Captain America, but has no rules or boundaries whatsoever. So,
that was interesting. Like he will do anything for that ideal, but what he does for it is kind of evil. Like he doesn't have, like you said, he is not. His ends always justify the means. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
What he has to do.
Whatever he has to do. If he has to eat a bag of dicks, he'll eat a bag of dicks. He don't care.
Or beach. Yeah. So I just want a Weasel movie. It's just fuck Peacemaker.
Oh my god, dude!
A TV show. Holy crap!
Let's get into talking about it because I want to share my frustration with Weasel.
There's no frustration with Weasel.
There's 100% frustration
He's
with
the
Weasel.
Greatest.
100% frustration
I
with
need
Weasel.
more of him on every. I need a T-shirt. I need a toy. I need a TV show.
Oh, that far. But are we doing full spoilers then?
Yes. The hell? No one's listening to this podcast.
All right. Fuck it. Let's get into it then.
All right, we're skipping nerd outs.
Let's skip them.
I mean, we'll see how much we can talk about it. So I guess go ahead. This is your show now. Go ahead. Take it. It's your rodeo now.
So fucking Weasel made me laugh so hard when it first came out of that fucking plane. Yeah, when he made that fucking weird noise, and just like did like a T-Rex. I'm like, oh fuck yes, this is what I want.
I love how they reaction. They're like, I don't fuck with werewolves and shit like that. Like just saying stupid shit on the plane.
Fucking great, dude. Fucking great. And then he fucking drowns.
Yep.
That pissed me the fuck off, dude.
Holy crap.
I thought I was gonna get some of the movie, and then it hit me that I didn't see him a lot in the trailers. I'm like, fuck! They got me.
Yep. And then you get a flashback with him, and then you get something at the end.
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive at the end. He runs away.
I was so happy. I was like, yes.
Yeah, the money's like
he deserves to live.
Dude, I wish they did so much more with him. I wish they did so much more. I wish he was part of the fucking group and we saw him go crazy and him interact with King Shark.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been so great. Like, he could have just fucked shit up. And
my God.
nope, whatever. I'll have those little pieces of scenes. Did you guys see the beginning happening at all?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. It blindsided me. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. How they explained it and everything.
Or like I meant everyone dying.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
called, it was called Suicide Squad, and in the trailer they only showed a couple of scenes, and a lot of those characters weren't really anywhere else, and some good cameos. Nathan Fillion was good in it. I liked it.
Yeah, it was funny.
Forgot his name.
Catchable kid.
Oh yeah.
He just
His
starts
hands
slapping.
are just slapping the guys in the face, like trying to annoy them and stuff.
The Javelin guy. He didn't get.
Yeah.
I forgot his actual name, but he's like the personality YouTuber s. He's kind of funny. I don't know if he's like straight stand up, but he was in Pitch Perfect 2. Does a lot of stuff. He's he is pretty funny. He has really like dry sense of humor. It's kind of funny. And
He
Pete
says
Davidson.
something like really seriously.
Yeah, and then Pete Davidson didn't really do much. Just kind of there and goes, "Oh shit, I don't get back to the werewolf."
He was basically Pete Davidson.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Never seen him in anything. I saw like one skit from the SNL with him, but
He's
that's about
like-
it.
Then you have not watched
It's one of
SNL
those.
at all.
They keep trying to shove down your throat, and I'm like, no, I do not want anything to do with this fucking guy. So they shot him in the face, and I was like, yes, shoot him in the face.
He's not
get him the
that
fuck
bad,
outta
but
here.
that was fucking brutal when they shot him.
That was really cool. I love the gore in this movie. He's going
Yeah.
back to some horror, like splattering and doing crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean the guy. I didn't know this. He worked for Trauma Film, so that makes a lot of sense now. Actually, why he's so fucking weird. Just a weird guy in general, James Gunn. No, I mean overall, I enjoyed the film. I liked it. I thought some jokes didn't land. Things something went on a little too long, but no, I thought King Shark was great. Loved him.
Yeah. King Shark.
He was funny. He was just like a mean dog. Just eat people. Polka Dot Man was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just shows you can take any character as long as you know how to write really well, and you can make anyone likable. Because it's fucking Polka Dot Man. They gave him a backstory and everything, and it was great.
Well,
Shit.
at least like the other characters are making fun of him and think he's stupid and ridiculous and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and the polka dots again. The way they explain the polka dots, I know the character. I don't know his actual backstory, what he does. I don't know if this is even close or not. But the polka dots are a cool idea. Really cool idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it's over his body, or if he doesn't get rid of them.
Yeah, it's a interdimensional sickness.
Virus.
I think he said virus
or something.
thing. Yeah. Some kind of sickly thing, and I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. So what are some stuff besides Weasel? Was there something that didn't work for you at all? Was there a casting or a character like, I don't need this much?
I would say it got a little slow in the middle. Got a little too long. But I mean, I was enjoying it. I didn't really have a big problem.
When Waller gets knocked out, that a little bit kind of threw me off a little bit.
She didn't really get revenge for it. She just kind of just sat in her office with ice on her head, and she was just kind of like, okay.
And that's not the Waller that we know that knows Batman's secret identity and put this whole crew together. Yeah. So they kind of made her a little bit weaker. That I didn't have.
Just stays at the office yelling at people.
Yeah, that I didn't really like so much. A lot of it kind of worked for me, man. Like I don't know what I was expecting. I did come in with kind of high hopes because I saw all the reviews at 100% and one of the best. And I'm happy to say that it kind of held it. So, I mean,
yeah, it lived up.
nothing really. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting anything because I knew it was a Marvel movie, or I'm sorry, DC movie.
Did feel like a little bit of fresh air though, like compared to Widow and compared to the last DC movie. Snyder Cut, this felt really a lot more fun, different. Had all the sci-fi kind of out there ideas. It had the gore and the humor. I was liking it a lot. I had a lot of fun watching it.
I mean, it's basically a Marvel movie with a lot of blood. I mean, all the staples are there. Which again, it's not a bad thing because I mean that formula works more often than not. But the humor was really the humor could be hit or miss for me. Sometimes like jokes would just kind of linger on, or they would just stick in a point, or like jokes didn't land all the time for me. I thought it was a little long.
Yeah.
Just like okay, you can move
A
along.
little long.
But no,
But
I thought it was really fun.
yeah.
I don't think I like it as most people, but
What would you rate
a
it?
small
6. I'd say a 6.
7, 8.
I'll give it a 7 because the characters were really really good. The actors were really great in this movie.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, I might be one of the few people out there that generally like the first Suicide Squad movie a lot. I'm not gonna say like it's a 10 or 9, but I personally enjoyed it. And this one was like, we're gonna erase all of that. We're gonna kill off all those characters except for Harley because we can't touch that character. We replaced one black actor for another one that's the exact same character with depth and story. Exact same story about him and his daughter, just told a little differently.
Yeah.
They killed off Captain Boomerang really early on the beach scene, and they killed off Flash, the Captain Man. That was
Flag.
Thank you, Flag. I actually really liked him in this movie.
I liked
He was
him
a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. His character was a lot better in this one. But no, I mean, again, they kind of allude to it being because I don't because again I don't know if it's like its own standalone weird like one-off something or excuse me because hey Harley, I thought you broke out of prison. Yeah, but then I came back. It's like, oh, so we're just gonna skip over Birds of Prey and everything and all that stuff, or
yeah. I mean, I did. My brain doesn't even register that film at all.
Katana, it was like, oh,
yeah. I didn't care about all the baggage. I just had a good time. But I will say that I think people are giving John Cena almost too much credit. Like, he was not bad by any means, but he wasn't like stealing the show for me. Like, I don't know if it's just that I'm not a giant fan of his from the wrestling world, but I just didn't think he was like show stealing, amazing, give him his own show, and that kind of level, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I liked him a lot in here
because
he
was
his brand of comedy. It really worked well with his group. Like he's very straight, serious, and everything, and it works with like why are you in your tidy whities? Like because America. It's like oh okay. He just like he has an answer for everything. He's pretty funny.
Yeah. He was funny. He was good and all. But people are like taking him to the next level and being like, he's the next coming of Christ and stuff like that.
I can see that. No, I mean like I can see why people like him because again, like at the scene his other movies like the one like he's like a firefighter is shit.
Yeah.
Those two kids. Fast 9, I heard he was like just like I'm the bad guy. And was that movie like Cockblockers? It was like that's stupid. This like actually played up what he's really good at. Because on the mic, when he's in the ring, he is really funny. He's really witty. He's smart. He's fast with his comeback. So that kind of helps. Like in this film, where they probably, I don't know if they had him ad lib, but they definitely knew how to write for him at the very least. So again, I wouldn't say he's like the best out of the movie, but he is really good and he works with the team. Because like the team as a whole, again, like this is like the highlight of the movie. The fact that the whole team works really well together.
Yeah.
They're all funny. They play well
Yep.
off each other and have Ratcatcher with a really cool character.
He was good. He was
And everything.
pretty good.
They explain like the whole rats and why, and then like her dad is Taika Waititi. I don't know why. Here you go. Calendar
he
Man.
said he showed up for coffee or something, and they're like, "Why don't you just be in the movie?"
Yeah. It's like
He was actually going to get a role as one of the characters that died on the beach, and then he couldn't because he was trying to make another movie, and then they that other movie kind of fell apart, and then he called Gunn again, and Gunn's like, "Well, can't give you that part, but let me try to work something out," and that's where that kind of came from.
I love that whole part. It was really good.
Yeah.
And the actress was great too. She did a good job with it, and it took these like stupid powers and made it something good with that, with Polka Dot, with everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and even Bloodsport. Like I never cared a damn about Bloodsport, and even Idris can get a little annoying the way he's always so stoic and tough and all that. But he was so funny in this, and especially the end when he's trying to pet the rat, and you know, I just liked him a lot more in this than I have in a lot of things. Like I always been a fan of him and I like him, but he does kind of get annoying because it's the same thing. So I'm glad he was able to do something different here.
Fair enough. Trying to think here. Calendar
What'd you
Man
guys think of Calendar Man? Where?
In the beginning of the movie, he's played by James Gunn's brother.
That was Calendar Man?
He had February, March, and all said. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what it was.
The guy laughing, I thought that was Zaz.
Yeah, right. Like he seemed different. He was like,
well, he was
making fun of Polka Dot Man, right? He was saying how he's pansy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, why don't you do the next thing for my dog? Say whatever. Yeah, it's James Gunn's brother. You got to put him in his projects, which is good.
He's good though.
He was Weasel too.
It was Weasel.
He's Weasel. Hilarious.
Well, he knows how to drown well. It's funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really funny.
That Weasel shit was too funny.
Oh
my God. And then when he's licking the glass, I laughed too hard at the licking the glass thing.
We laughed at that one.
It's so dumb.
Damn, I thought that was Zaz.
Oh no.
I couldn't tell what was on his head. I couldn't even read. I'm probably just an old bastard. I couldn't read the words.
I mean, it's not like you could pause it on HBO Max, but you know, whatever.
March, April, or whatever.
I don't think it was important enough to pause, to be honest.
It's just kind of funny. Like again, it's like one of those weird throwaway like cameos or like a hint for like nerds, but it's cool though. I was like, oh shit, it's Calendar Man. I kind of like him. I don't know, like as a one-time bad guy, I think it'd be cool.
It's a funny gimmick, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I thought Harley Quinn was used really well in here.
Yeah.
I like her better when she's just a part of a team and not have her own movie. I think she gets really annoying really fast. She worked really well in this again because like Birds of Prey had a lot of issues and I enjoyed it enough, but her character gets annoying if you just focus on her too much.
Yeah. She was good. I like her big action scene where everything is like flowers and stuff like that. Like where she's running down the hall and shooting everybody. And then she like catches up to the guys and she's like, "What are you guys doing? We're here to save you." Oh God. Oh, and then it was really funny to me when she's like, "Oh, I could just go back in. You could still do it."
Oh, that's patronizing. Um,
It was a really good plan. I'm so disappointed.
they were like, man, we're already going and everything. Peacemaker's
They're like
gonna
climbing walls
shoot
and.
it. Oh man.
Did you guys?
Again,
This felt like reading a comic to me because it was so like over the top and a lot of
Mm,
crazy out there concepts, especially when the freaking starfish starts walking through the city and all the little like transition like titles where it says Operation Harley
oh
and the thing on the roof with those spikes or not spikes but like
yeah,
whatever
like
that was
the
destroyed
the
where it's
stuff on
giving
the roof. Yeah,
yeah.
uh,
I did like that.
That's what I liked about it, man. It felt
yeah,
like just a
Cool.
carefree, fun comic. Didn't feel like it's trying to. It's like complete opposite of Venom, complete opposite of Snyder Cut, even almost opposite of Black Widow. Like it was just, to me refreshing, and I had a lot of fun watching it. I actually want to watch it again. I can't say the same for Widow or a lot of the other ones.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't say I had a feel of like reading or watching comic book. I think I don't know how you feel about these standards, but for me, it's like a really good comic book movie or film that feels like comic book movie is like Blade 2 for me, and
Yeah.
what was the other
Yep.
movie? Shit, I just had I because as you were talking, I had it in my head and I just lost it. But like like Blade 2, I thought was like a great mix of like reading like a gra- graphic novel. It was
Yeah.
dark and edgy, but it was still funny with really awesome action, cool concepts. And this, um, again, not a bad way. Like it felt like a Marvel movie with a lot of blood,
Yeah.
and it was funny,
Yeah.
like a funny. It was like like Thor 3 with a lot of blood. It was funny, some great kills, really
It was a
funny
little
kills.
long stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Um, but no, and Starro, I believe he was like the first bad guy for JLA in the comics, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if that was his actual powers or they like because I know there's like a starfish thing that like clamps onto like
Yeah.
Superman and like in some issues in the show, but they made what again a very colorful starfish into a menacing fucking scary thing. Some hive
I
mind
love that they
thing.
gave it like a semblance of empathy too, where
Yeah,
it was like I was just floating in this,
yeah,
in
Mhm.
the galaxy.
yeah.
It was kind of cool. They did a good job with it.
That was
It was
very
creepy.
cool.
I was creeped out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and like, yeah, again, it's a really cool character that I mean, like in my head, I was like, wow, what if they went like the route of like World War Z and like the last Star is just like a horror action movie, but they went
Hmm.
with a kaiju action movie, which is still cool because it's a kaiju. I love, it. But I
Kind of
think it would have been really cool.
unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a kaiju up in this bitch. And
It was fun.
I'd like again in my head, like I kind of wanted that World War Z ending where like it's just like straight action horror, and like it would have been so different than and what
Yeah.
every other superhero movie does, just blow shit up and destroy buildings. But this was
Yeah.
done well. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, again, like I've
The
always known
setting was
James
great,
Gunn,
dude.
but so yeah, and it's just funny. Like these type of movies always seem to work well, like in a jungle setting or like
Yeah.
some Spanish speaking
Dictator.
place, and like like in jungle, and it's like yes, dictators and death and soldiers and trees and jungles. Let's do it. It just works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. This isn't our typical spoiler talk where we go shot by shot and we talk about things. It's just more kind of talk about
Like
things liked,
all over.
but yeah, definitely check
I
this
love
out.
it, man. I like it was like one of those movies where at the end I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like I was laying asleep, I was trying to fall asleep, and I kept thinking about it. It was fun. I was reading like forums and looking at old comics and stuff like that. So I was really into it. That was fun.
What did you guys think about King Shark?
I love King Shark.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, stupid as
He
shit.
gave him
but
a lot
yeah.
of first steps for something, like a big dumb. Oh, I love that scene when he ripped the guy apart.
Yeah, Thunder.
God,
Yeah.
damn, that was a beautiful shot, man. That whole fight scene was really cool. In the white
Yeah.
rain like that. I was reading
Yeah.
something online where people were like, they think it's like a dig on like Snyder making everything so dark. It's like, see, you don't have to make everything so dark. It could be, all white. But I don't think that's true. I think that's just people reading into it. But it was a really cool scene. And King Shark overall, yeah, I mean, I didn't actually realize that when they left him in the bus, he was supposed to be crying. Did you guys pick up on that? If they left him
No,
while they were partying inside or something.
no, I didn't catch on that.
I didn't catch that exact moment, but yeah, it was like they're all having fun. He's just in there like, bunk. He's just like, well, here I am, stuck in the van again.
It was
I
crazy
really
how much damage he took, like towards the end when he fell off the building and they're shooting him and just just powers through it.
Well, they didn't really, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, apparently he's a descendant of the shark god. But no, I really like the scene where he was in that fish tank with this weird alien fish thing. He's like, stupid friends, yay! It's like it was like, oh my god, it's
You're dumber than me. Thank God.
It's adorable.
It was horrible.
Again,
It was awesome.
oh, I said adorable.
Oh, okay.
It again, like it just really clever writing. It showed a lot about the character without having to sit there and be like, when I was 12, I never had friends, but now I do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't need all that shit. Just
where like people like ask something and then they go into like a 2-minute dialogue about when I was 12. Yeah, exactly like that. It's like, oh god, why did I ask? Shut the fuck up. Like you can tell a story in a different way than just the guy sitting there telling you for 2 minutes and shedding a tear.
Yeah.
There's different ways to tell a story.
And King Shark is a great example of that. It's just again like those small moments and him like carry friends and just like those small little things. It's like, oh, he's smarter than he can articulate, but he's also dumb at the same time. He's just happy. He's just like go lucky.
Moments where they kind of humanized him a little bit, where you could see the emotion in his eyes, like the way they dart side to side, or like you could tell he's either scared or sad or remembering something. I thought they did a good job on how he looked and everything.
Yeah, it's funny. It was just funny thinking of like, hey, dad bod. He's kind of like fat and chubby. And he runs like, it's like everything about him is just like everything worked about him. I thought it was really good.
That ripping apart, scary, dude. Like the way he just grabbed him and like dug his thumbs into him.
Yeah.
And just freaking ripped them apart. It was awesome.
I really thought he was gonna die, especially like him falling off the building. I'm like, fuck, dude, here we go.
Yep. Like
another weasel disaster.
or with those alien fish things. Yeah. I was like, oh, here we go. He's
really shooting into him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn it! You killed my favorite characters. Damn it!
Don't dare kill King Shark, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And I was saying, he fell off the gigantic building, that giant fall.
Yeah.
What you think guys think of the time skips? Like there were some weird time skips, like when Peacemaker is about to shoot Ratcatcher, like, oh wait, 10 minutes before this, look what was happening.
That wasn't bad. Wasn't horrible.
I didn't have any problems or anything. It was kind of like unexpected. And I was like, oh, okay.
If you weren't paying attention to the movie, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate it. It was
like,
It's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, like I didn't hate it, but I'm like, okay, that's a technique to use, I guess. That works. How many characters are left to kill? Do you think we'll get a third one? or I guess a 2.5
A sequel to
version.
this one?
Yeah.
I think so.
James, if they let James do it, I don't know what his contracts are and all that.
I mean,
After Guardians 3, is he like locked in or something? Or
they're not locking anyone in anymore.
right. Like,
Yeah,
just like-
if you want to walk away after 3,
But
you
I think that was directors though, or actors. I think they'll lock in directors.
maybe at least to
Well-
like keep a clear vision of like a couple movies or something.
Well, how many directors have come back for more than one movie besides like the
Gunn and Russo.
Gunn and Russo?
But they left right away. They were like, we're done. Like they
Russo.
just did 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, and then Taika
2 or
Waititi's
3
coming
or
back.
4. That's a lot of movies.
Oh, they did.
Well, what they do? Civil War.
Oh, what they do? Only the most important ones of the whole fucking
Not according to
series.
fucking Sonny.
Not according to his top 10 list. Fucking Booksmart was a lot more important than that. A lot more fucking groundbreaking.
Fuck.
Right.
The landmine has been tripped. Watch the fuck out.
Hey, man, I've explained it. I'm sorry that
It's true though. 'cause
you people can't understand it, but it is what it is.
You people. Wow. You're one of us,
people.
Sonny. You're not better than us.
People.
The Thor one guy was only there for one. Captain America, there's some of the movies that we don't even know the director's names.
Yeah.
So,
No,
it's being held
again,
together in a
that-
different way than we think.
that's what I'm saying. Because like Russo's worked on the Captain America films. Taika Waititi's working on Thor 3 and 4, and James Gunn had Guardians. But past that, I don't know any other director that he would want to keep.
Bravo.
John, yeah.
Yeah, but he stopped after what?
What
Who started it all?
But that's not the point, though.
What about the Spider-Man guy?
Like how many guys have
got
like come back
Spider-Man,
and figure it
James
out?
Watts, whatever his name is.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like the last Guardians, right? So I don't know why they would need to come back because he was originally fired and they brought him back because pressure. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that they would give him more leeway if he wanted to, because again, I don't
Josh
know.
Whedon came back. Ryan Coogler is going to do Black Panther again. So most of these people do 2 movies.
2. Well, there you go. So most of them do 2. He's getting his 3rd.
He's already in his 3rd.
Yeah, and again, like with the Guardians, I don't know how many more movies they want to do with them.
Yeah. And after this,
like
they're gonna get taken up so much. It's like, are they even gonna be a thing anymore?
Yeah, because again, like with this phase, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do everything with the TV shows and the movies and giving that out to actors who don't want to come back. It's like, oh, so do we have to change this up now? And do we have to recast or do we explain? And
and then all this doing with the COVID and
a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's a weird time for the film industry in general, not just for theaters, but for for just filmmakers and actors and productions in general. I think like was it not Fast and Furious, the Mission Impossible movies like are starting to finally finish up with certain scenes and getting things moving. They've been shut down a bunch of times because of COVID. They've been postponed a lot. So again, it's just a weird time in general for everything.
Yeah.
But we'll see how Guardian 3 turns out. It's going to be a toned down version of this for sure. Because Marvel's like, you ain't putting no splooge jokes in here and no blood, but it's funny and bright and colorful. So, yeah,
Well,
I mean,
they don't really need those jokes either.
No, exactly. So it's going to be like the same but different. Same but different. But DC needs to get the shit together. I don't know, like if they want to stick with just telling like one-off stories or like what if stuff, I'm fine with that. But yeah, I don't know what's next for DC. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, and this was one of my favorite DC because I tagged you guys in that thread where people were all the movies, and when I started when I laid them all on the table, I was like, God, this is a big pile of shit. I was like, I don't even. Like I feel bad putting this movie at number 5 as if the number 5 spot is something to be proud of. Like this is all a pile of crap.
What was
Like,
your
I
top
can't even rate
again?
top what?
What was your top 3 again?
Top 3, this new Suicide Squad. I can't even tell you, to be honest with you. I mean, Man of Steel, I remember liking, and it might have been Aquaman or maybe Wonder Woman, the first one. 84 was just got really on my nerves at the end. And
So yours was the Suicide Squad #1, Man of
Mhm.
Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Suicide Squad, the Snyder Cut, Batman vs Superman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Justice League, and Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, hated 84.
My list is the Suicide Squad, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, but the Ultimate Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Snyder Cut. Then it's Wonder Woman. Then it's Birds of Prey. Then it's Aquaman. Then it's Wonder Woman 84. Then it's Shazam, and then the worst one is Justice League.
Sonny, did you have Shazam a little lower in your list? Oh, you haven't even seen it, right? I think you
I
said.
have not seen Red Cans. No, I have
Yeah.
not. When I made the list at the time, I didn't watch Suicide Squad 2, and I didn't see Shazam yet. So
Where does Suicide Squad, the new one, rank for you initially? I know right now it's kind of like going to be hard because it's so fresh.
well, here we go.
Is it like top
Since
top 5, or is it like on the lower side?
I'll read my own list. That's okay. So Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad 1, and Snyder Cut are my top 3. Aquaman at 4, Birds of Prey 84, Man of Steel, Justice League, and the Martha movie is the last one. I would probably bump everything down from 3. No, I guess Suicide Squad 2 would be number 2. And just bump down Suicide Squad 1 to 3. Wonder Woman is still my favorite personally. I feel like even though 84 was still not really good, I feel like they still at least kind of understand the character and try to write her more than just I punch things or I am a woman because I do this. It's more like she's an actual character, like she's actually full-fledged written characters. Like she's empathetic and she's smart and like it all plays into every decision she makes.
It's not like this I am badass because I am woman and I am just as badass as my male counterparts.
Yeah,
kind of
or like
shit.
or like
she's actually cool. She's actually has a character depth.
Right, yeah, and before people start, if anyone has any problems, it's not the fact that she's a woman or whatever. Like there's plenty of boring ass male characters that are like perfect and they're boring as shit. It's just like give me something with like thoughts and like like some kind of again. King Shark is a fish and he has more depth than most people here in like big movies. So
yeah,
that's all. Just write a good character. But
wait, so are you saying that you like this new Suicide Squad more than the previous one?
Yes.
I think that's a big thing for you because I know how much of a fan of David Ayer you are.
I mean, yes, yes, I do like David Ayer a lot, and I do like the first Suicide Squad, but I know there's a lot of problems with that movie. It just I liked what he tried to do with it. It didn't land well, but this one, the camaraderie of the team, I thought was the best part of the movie. Over the action, over everything else, like the way they got along, the way they made jokes, that was like pushed me through the film. It was
like
really
all the outcasts became friends together, kind of thing.
Family.
In a new package, family.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was like one of those people who was okay with the first Suicide Squad, where everybody else was like, "This is the worst piece of shit on earth," and I was like, "It's a piece of crap, but it's okay though."
it's a nice polished piece of crap. It smells bad sometimes, but it's still good. It's still good. No, again, like I don't know. Again, and also, I mean, if everything is, I don't know how much they mess with it, but I do tend to believe that the studio kind of messed with that film too, because that first trailer was like a dark, somber, like this is gonna be like dramatic, and they're like, hey, Guardians did really well. Let's make that trailer and make it look like Guardians, but for DC,
Make
and
it
then
like fun
reshoot.
and like put
Yeah,
music in there. Yeah.
yeah, it's like so now it's a weird tonal shift,
Like,
but
look at us. We got trendy music and neon lights. Don't you want to watch
yeah,
the movie?
Pretty much.
yeah. So like, but no, again, like looking through that list again, yeah, it is a shit pile of shit.
What is it, like 11 deep now?
Yeah,
It starts with Man of Steel, right?
oh, did we forget to add Joker to the list?
Which one?
Which one?
Joker. Does that count or no?
Oh my
No, that
god,
doesn't
you're
count.
right.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't?
That's not the
Because
extended
it's not like
universe.
connected, right? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
then
it's
Snyder
not extended
doesn't count.
universe.
What's up?
Yeah, Snyder. It's in that. It is the meta
it
universe.
counts.
It could easily be turned. Like if they flip a switch, it could be like, okay, this is the extended universe now.
So
Forget about the other one.
you guys were saying like what's next? I think it's a bunch of sequels, right? Aquaman, a Flash movie, and
That's
Batman
Flashpoint.
movie. Yeah, Flashpoint.
So,
So
I
okay,
guess
remember those 11 movies that sucked? Forget about them. Flashpoint.
Shazam.
We're gonna reset all that shit.
It's a new 52 for the movies. I mean, if they can, if Flashpoint could at least, I don't know, make something make sense, it's fine. But they gotta, but like, if that's their plan moving forward, just make it better. Yeah, or just give me like a universe with just Batman characters then or something. Because if you're not gonna give a shit about Justice League, don't be dicks and just give me Batman movies of, you know, maybe not Damian, but like a Nightwing movie and a Batgirl movie, and then like the big crossovers like the Court of Owls and all that shit. You know what
Batman Beyond, damn it.
Oh yeah.
One day it has to happen. One day
since,
it has to happen.
Since we're on that topic, I
do
wanted
do it before Michael Keaton dies. Let him be Old Man Wayne. And bring in a freaking young guy for Batman Beyond. But no, Michael Keaton will die, and you guys will do it after that.
He will die. I just know it.
Damn
One
it.
day he will die. But since you're talking about Batman Beyond, I was kind of thinking like how do you feel about that? I think it was in the Justice League show where like they explained like Terry was handpicked to be, Batman's son, and it was like they
like
fucked with his
genetic copy or something.
yeah like
Waller has something to do with it, right?
yeah. What do you think about that? Do you acknowledge that at all? I mean, like it's canon in the shows, but I mean, it's like do you like because I want to.
I never like outright rejected it. I thought it was kind of interesting because I thought it was the randomness of him being an orphan. He just wasn't special enough to become the new Batman, I guess, if you just take him at face value. And this kind of gives another angle to like, it wasn't completely an accident. He's not just some punk teenager. He actually has genetic, I think, ties, right? I think that's what it is. Or I'm trying to remember everything about it, but
No, I mean she handpicked his father, fucked with his DNA like now like Terry is like legit the son of Bruce Wayne. Like there's no she's like
biological. I guess it's like
technically biological. I mean technically biological, So, but no, I was always curious because
Bruce, right, for him.
Yeah, and it's like son now. Teach him
I'm
to be.
good with it. I don't really have a problem with that. I
Yeah.
think it's kind of interesting, and I don't know, because like I was saying, the other way, it's like he's just some random kid, and he just happens to be good enough to do this, to fly around in the suit and do all this other crazy stuff.
Well, because I mean that's what I liked about Terry was like he was like a street kid and like he would hang out with gangs and doing like yeah, I think he was like a self-proclaimed like bad kid like he was kind of doing stupid shit and then like
Yeah.
he gets this opportunity to like redeem himself and be like oh shit I can actually be a hero and be a good guy for once and it was kind of cool and then like the whole dynamic of
You
like
kind of
his
shits on that.
yeah, and then like is Bruce Wayne like manipulated him to act a certain way or act certain actions or because like Bruce Wayne's gonna be Bruce Wayne forever and ever. He's never gonna change, and as you get older, it just gets worse. But yeah, I don't know. I
But
was kind
Bruce didn't even know, right, about this? Or
of
did he?
yeah that part I'm not too familiar. I think he did know. I think maybe not. I don't know. Well, either way, it was all manner.
He did. He played along really well. You really made
He's
him believe,
yeah. Yeah, no, I was just curious because
I remember he
you're
was
a huge Batman Beyond fan. I was just kind of curious on what you thought about that.
Yeah. And I remember like the intro music when I was a kid, when it first aired. I was like just mind blown for some reason. Like I just was so entranced. I thought it was so great. And then the first episode where Bruce is having heart trouble and everything, and I just loved it. I just fell in love right away. I was like, this is awesome.
Did they ever make
I
a
just never
toy?
went away. Just kept being a fan of it.
No, I mean, it's a really good show. Did they ever make a Bruce Wayne in the Batman Beyond suit toy? Like a big stocky version of that? Just like,
So.
Bruce.
They should though. McFarlane should.
There is like a stocky version of Batman Beyond that I wanted for a while, but I just couldn't find it. It was just too expensive.
One from '06 or something, right? Like he's a little taller, a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could totally put a Bruce head on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just curious, but yeah.
I never rejected that idea, but
very cool. Well, we kind of diverted from the topic, but are we all good with Suicide Squad or I guess just the Suicide Squad?
Frank, what score would you give it out of 10?
I was like leaning really high at first, but now with more time and thinking, I think more like an 8.
Ooh,
it's a little, but I did really enjoy it, so pretty high up.
I think I want to give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Weasel was in there more, probably a 10.
Oh shit. At first I was worried because I thought you were gonna be like annoyed by Weasel, but then you were like, it was for a different reason that you were pissed.
Oh no, dude! As soon as he came out of that fucking plane and go,
yeah, he's fucking waving his arm.
I lost it. Even Viola was like, "You fucking needed this, didn't you?"
Yeah. I legit was laughing out loud a couple times, like especially with the Weasel shit. And it just put me in a good mood right away. And it did get a little boring a couple times, but it kept the fun going, and the characters were well done, like Sonny was saying. So yeah, it was a good movie, man.
Yeah, it was. I'm happy with it. All right, Suicide. Bad Batch now.
To the big bitch, and to Frank's favorite character, Omega.
I'm enjoying it more that they said there was going to be a season 2 because I was getting annoyed with the side missions.
That we're probably not getting anywhere.
I really thought this was a 1-season thing. Like I just didn't think it was going to be multiple seasons, so that's why I was like annoyed more throughout because I was like, stop wasting time. Please get to the meat here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Even though it's cool, the side missions are interesting and all that, but it's like, same with Mando, where it's like filler, awesome, filler, awesome, kind of thing.
Yeah. This episode was really fun. I liked it. the twist with Crosshairs I thought was really. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I don't know how the fuck that happened or when you did it, but okay.
Well, when he got burned, they took it out. It got it. Not that it got removed; it got damaged.
Mm. So I didn't understand it that way. I thought like
yeah, because he said he took it out a while ago. Like he said he had it taken out some time ago.
But then he turned around and it was burnt. So that's when I think it was taken out.
Okay.
I thought because they only made a big deal about his burnt side. That's why in the show.
I was just happy when they played the theme music during the show and they were fighting together again. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. They're shooting. Wrecker's like, fuck yeah. He like looked at Tech. He's like, yeah, fuck it, Crosshairs back, fuck yeah. He just hulks out, destroying everything.
That was cool. Mm-hmm. No, yeah. Again, like
Crosshair thing was a big thing.
I think that's gonna be a key point for next episode because like Hunter was like very adamant. He wanted to know when he got taken out. It's very important because I mean like because like Crosshairs doesn't act any different after he gets burned from the beginning of the show to now. It's just kind of like so I don't know if it's like just like a I don't know it's like continuity. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but he's the same character throughout the whole show. There's no like difference. It's just he wants the bad deep down he wants the Bad Batch to be together and he feels like he got burned by by the Bad Batch physically and mentally. So he's a little pissed, but he does want them to be together. And I thought that was interesting. Even without the chip, he's still willing to do all this other stuff. So it's kind of interesting. It just got really interesting really fast, and it's at the end of the season. But
I know, right?
It's very intriguing.
Now wait a year to learn more. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, I like anytime they expand on the movies. Like they're giving us a lot. The chip stuff was never a part of the movies. The Camino thing, post Clone Wars was never a thing. I love the expansion there, but yeah, I mean the Crosshair thing. I love the idea. I need to know more, and now I know I only have one more episode, and then I gotta wait until 2022.
Yeah. So. I mean, this would be a very interesting way to lead into the new movies with Palpatine coming back and having like clone things he can control. This is just that to get to that. That's an interesting way of doing it because now the Empire,
the most successful freaking Sith in like history of the Sith.
Yeah,
seriously.
Because I mean, even as the Empire are leaving, they're like, good. Now the technology is solely in the Empire's hands to clone shit. It's they destroyed the fish planet city. They blew it all up. Took the remaining scientists, moved all the other clones and everything, and now all that technology is in their hands only. So that's pretty interesting.
I almost kind of want another show parallel happening to what's happening in the main movies. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I almost want that kind of show.
Like who would be the stars?
I guess Rebels. I guess Rebels is kind of like that. It kind of gets like that.
Kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
Especially towards the end, because that's how you find out. Well, yeah.
Yeah, with Rex and all, and like what but no, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. I think there's definitely enough stuff in there. I think unexplored that we can definitely kind of tap into, and then with the books universe, everything being wiped clean, they can start fresh or like fix issues that were wrong with the books and all that kind of stuff, and make it really work well. I mean, I think if like just like the Clone Wars or not the prequel movies, the new ones definitely need something to make that feel. Yeah, just give me some kind of feeling about it.
I like how this is connected but separate. like where they can still
Yeah.
be separate enough to where it's like, well, if you didn't really like those, it's okay. You can still enjoy this.
Yeah.
And this
Oh,
is
yeah.
expanding on other eras kind of thing.
Yeah.
Frank, you're still watching Rebels, right?
Yeah, I'm on season 3, episode 2.
Did
Something big happened end of season 2, which I really enjoyed, man. It's awesome.
did a certain individual show up yet?
No, probably
That's
not.
weird.
I just Rex, Vader.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Rex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's at the end of the season.
Are you like? Did you catch any like Bad Batch Easter eggs or anything like that, or no?
No, because I had started. It's so sparse for me that I probably wouldn't have picked up on it because I had started Rebels a while ago and then switched to Bad Batch, and then finally after Bad Batch last week, I was like, all right, let me continue to power through Rebels. So it's kind of like all out of whack. So I probably didn't pick up on anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When Rex showed up, on that desert planet, driving that old tank thing, I love that part. I was like, yes, I love more Rex. So.
And who's with him? Gregor? Was it Wolf?
Yeah. Wolf. Yeah.
And
just only two of them. I thought it was one more.
I thought 2.
Yeah, I think it's only 2. I haven't seen it in a while, but I think it's only 2.
There's only like 3 of them. Yeah. Yeah, but I would love a show like where, that image of Return of the Jedi, where supposedly one of these old men rebels is Rex.
Yeah, it is
they
Rex.
somehow did something about that, made it into an animated show.
Fioni made it canon. That's him.
But how could he live that long, right? Like he was already advancing in age. But by before even New Hope started, so I mean, I don't think his clone DNA would let him live that long.
You'll see, man. You'll see in Rebels. That's him.
Okay, I really gotta go do that.
Basically, dude, Rebels goes towards Endor. Like it plays through Endor.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you will see things.
I'm starting to respect Rebels a lot more.
Yeah, me too. I did too when I was watching it.
Yeah.
When I started Clone Wars, I never thought I was gonna pick up on Rebels. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. And then after I'm done with Clone Wars, I'm like, oh, I need something else. And I picked up Rebels, and I was like, it's kind of weak. And then Darth Vader shows up, and then I found out Ahsoka showed up. I was like, oh, okay, I'm along for the ride.
I'm just glad they let him do all this. I mean, he's done a lot to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
In animation, we said a while back on these episodes, we were saying how animation is not seen in the same light that it is in other cultures, especially Japanese cultures. It's just never seen as high up as live action, but they've really let him fill in a lot of stuff. And I like that him and George have a real life thing going on where they respect each other, like each other, and that George was cool with them doing this kind of stuff. So it feels even more special, to know that the creator is cool with it, and that he did such a cool job with the show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it was dormant for so long. It wasn't really respected when it happened. The Clone Wars TV show for those 6 seasons.
You don't think so?
Or whatever it was. Not to the level that when season 7 started to come back, when they were saying, okay, we're going to finish this up and do season 7. Those first 6 were they were liked and everything, but they weren't on a pedestal. I feel like now it's on a pedestal.
Well, I think the big issue was that the episodes didn't come out the way that you were meant to watch them. It was just bouncing around in time. It's oh, there's this episode and this episode and this episode,
and
there's a lot
episodes later something happens, right?
Yeah, and then there was a lot of gaps where in time where like in real life it's oh, this half season is gonna be next year, or there's a lot of downtime between the season. But when someone went out there and organized how to watch the show right, it's like, oh shit, this is the most amazing thing we've ever seen because again,
Yeah,
yeah,
all the
like
extras there.
yeah, because it was all there. So then when the last season came out, like, oh, okay, this is chronological. You don't have to bounce around, or just watch, bam, 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 whatever, and it sews everything up. But no, yeah, I mean, like again, like animations, even today with great shows like Avatar: The Last Time Airbender, and even the original Batman animated series and all this stuff. Like cartoon is still not uh, animation look like cartoon stuff you would show to like a 2-year-old, like doop, 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 just bright lights and dumb jokes. And it's like no, you can tell amazing stories and you can see this action. You can make action look so good. Again, like Attack on Titan has some really great action scenes in there. Yes, it's anime, it's true form, but in America, it's just that weird stuff that kid watches and runs weird in the hallway. It's not seen as like art, which it is. But
Yeah.
and this people just need to stop being dickheads and watch some good stuff because the Clone Wars is great. The Bad Batch is a nice mix of like little storytellings, little stuff like that, but it's also just fun to watch, and that's also always a good thing to have. So Star Wars has it all for you when it's not being the new movies. Um, Question: Omega, did she bother you again in this episode?
Not really, no.
Woo!
She
No, she actually
still,
helped.
yeah. I mean, she pulls out her bow and does that stuff. And then she knows all the secret ways into the secret base and all that. No, she didn't. She didn't really bother me.
Had a purpose.
It's just like I don't think it's good storytelling when they force the characters to do something because she says so, just to serve. It's like you're getting meta with it rather than like letting the characters do what they would normally do. And like I was happy when Hunter snapped back at her that one time. When he's like, "Oh no, that was up for debate, but this isn't. Get your ass back on that ship and shut the hell up." And she did, and I was like, "Yeah, that's right, Hunter. Tell her to shut the fuck up."
I mean,
But
I
I don't know. I mean, like she didn't annoy me this time, but just like it's the nature of the filler that gets me
yeah,
more than her.
but I think like it oddly works because again, like Crosshairs follows orders because that's what a good
Mm-hmm.
soldier does. The Bad Batch have no idea what to do without being told what to do, without having the backing of the
They kind of have no
other.
purpose now.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, well, I guess it's like technically it's a stupid
Mm.
move, but what else are we gonna do? Like, we need money, we need stuff to do. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't know what the fuck to do.
I could see
And
that.
like,
Yeah, I
granted,
get
like, yeah, I mean, like they could have handled a little better, but I mean, like, Omega is this not sensitive authority figure, but they're like, oh, we made a promise to protect you, and you're kind of part of
Yeah,
us now. So where you go,
one
we
of
go.
the
It's like,
yeah.
yeah. So, yeah.
I could see that argument, and it's a good argument. Yeah, it just I guess I was more annoyed by the filler stuff. That's like
Oh,
you're
sure.
just doing this, fill more episodes, and it's like I don't
Sure.
like that.
Yeah,
Even
fillers
though I
out.
want more of this show and everything, it's just like I don't want it for those reasons because
Right.
making it annoying at that point.
Fair
You're
enough.
making me you're making me like jump out of the escape, and that's what annoys me.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
if you
do.
do that in a movie, then I'm like, fuck you. I'm done. Like, in a show too. Like if you're like trying to make me feel bad about real life shit, then I'm like, oh no, fuck this movie. It's good and everything. I'm just watching it again or with the show, I'm like, ah, stupid writers. Like stuff like that.
Sure. No, yeah.
So when you pull
I
me
mean,
out, it's like I get enough.
sure. Yeah, no, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of a debate for a lot of entertainment recently with having to cram things and make it certain
And
viewpoints
it's
and all
like
that.
I
It's
know
like,
it's
oh, you
important and I
took me
know it's
out.
okay. I know it can be done well, but you have
Yeah,
to, you know,
do it
follow
well.
a fine line.
Yeah, it's just again like movies have always meant to be entertain. You could always have those aspects of that stuff, but make it entertaining. Like we don't have many things anymore to like um escape or like to like just like kind of like have your like have like fun time for a couple hours. It's like everything's got to be everything. And Blizzard's a stupid company, and
Sometimes,
games in
yeah.
general just kind of blech. Like I don't really want to play any new games recently or anything. Movies,
I
just
haven't
leave my
either.
movies alone.
I really
Leave my
haven't.
movies alone. So, but this luckily is still a really fun show.
Oh, it's so well made. The animation's beautiful, and the sound, like I said, if you're listening with headphones, really nice experience. So I
Yeah.
like it.
It almost seems
another-
like it saves its best animation too for like the big scenes. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
Yeah,
Interesting, yeah.
they don't move as like robotic, I guess. They're a little more smoother with their action. Yeah, it looks nicer. Yeah, so I'm actually again, like Frank said, I'm a little more excited now that we're getting a season two. Granted, it took us a long time to get where we're at, but I am kind of excited to see what they can do with Crosshairs and stuff like that, and what's going to lead us into season two.
Mhm.
That'd be fun.
Happy
So
there's another season.
yeah, and then yeah, that's the last episode for season one, right? Next week.
Yep. And then we
What
get
happened
what
to
if.
Yes. What if?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No, actually, we get what if Wednesday. I think.
Wednesday. Okay.
Something
So it's gonna follow the key schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be
The
on
first one
Wednesday.
is what? The Hydra Stomper one, the Captain Carter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh well,
I
that's
thought
gonna
it
be
was
the one I was
I
Venom.
looking
just
for.
That
realized
would be
is
the
that
one.
Steve Rogers is inside the Hydra Stomper. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's
I had
in the
no
trailer. I
idea.
think, first one.
That's funny. That's kind of cool because I saw an image where Captain Carter is like riding the Hydra Stomper,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and it was kind of cool. It was kind of funny to me where I was like, "Oh, okay, so he's inside there. Okay, that's funny. Like how they're
Yeah.
flying through the sky together. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking
it
forward to
was
it, man. Like I was telling you guys, man, I was always a fan of comics and just thinking about what would happen if this, or what if he never got bit and this guy got bit, or just stuff
Sure.
like that.
Yeah.
It's cool to think
Yeah, it's
about.
cool. Fun off
Or-
stuff. Yeah, or Marvel zombies. Like, what if there were zombies? And then it got weird. But no, yeah.
Spidey wasn't a zombie hunter in that, right? That's new for this.
Yeah, I never heard of that before.
Yeah, and that's
You guys
of
heard
my
what
knowledge.
what the whole figure thing is, right? With that, like if you take his cape off, he's basically just the Disneyland version of Spider-Man, like the Avengers Park version or something like that, whatever it's called.
Oh, is he?
Really?
So he's like you're kind of getting like 2 in 1. So if you buy him, I think you could only buy him without the cape at the park, and then now you can buy him with the cape. But if you just take the cape off, then he's the same figure.
Huh.
So
I should have known they had an exclusive there only, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of cool because it looks a little bit like just slapped on, and it pretty much is. But now it makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay, now I see what you're doing.
It makes sense, I guess. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one I was
Yeah, you get-
most interested in will be the first episode, so that's good. Captain Carter, away!
How many will there be? 6, I think.
Mm,
9, I think.
9. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I read 9
I don't
somewhere.
even know all that.
Maybe they didn't show us all.
Star-Lord and zombie thing. And,
I really don't think
Carter.
they showed us all of it.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah, because I mean, like at best, it's again zombies, Carter, like you were saying. Space Panther. We got Killmonger.
Doctor Strange.
Strange, Spider-Man.
Okay.
That'll leave us at least 3 that we haven't seen at least. So
Okay.
they got
And
something.
Just gonna kind of take us through it.
Yeah.
guessing.
Probably. And then the Watchers, obviously the Watchers will be like, here's a story of why. I think. I don't know. Because
What is
I
it, like
think that because the Build-A-Figure is the Watcher, right? For the
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah, he's in it for sure.
Yeah. So, we definitely got some. Thank goodness, at least we have stuff to come out to talk to week about. Because boy, these builds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Next
with
week's the
Bad
last
Batch,
Bad
are we
Batch.
all good with that? It's just more excitement to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. It was an interesting wrinkle and all that. I'm interested to know more, but we will see.
We shall.
Shall.
Shall we
Uh,
so?
Do we have anything else
All right,
to
Sonny.
add?
Nope. Let's close it out.
Let's close
We're all
this
good.
out. And with that being said, we're gonna end the episode here. If you want to follow us, we are on Instagram, Facebook, Three Nerds on a Sunday. Check us out on YouTube for the video portion of this podcast. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcasts. Whatever podcast app of your choice, we are there as well. Let us know what you
Yes,
think.
we are.
Questions, comments, concerns, whatever. I don't care. Any feedback at this point is good feedback, just because it means you're watching. You're really watching. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode. We will be back next week talk about some more nerd stuff, and we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.
Then. Goodbye.